Hello?
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the stream. Well, thank you so much for submitting your game here. So you were the solo developer on this project?
No, we have a team
Oh,
of
I
three
see.
people. I did all the graphics.
Hmm.
Uh, Alan Zock worked on all the code, or
Hmm.
just about all the code, and then Daniel helped with code as well.
Okay, nice. All right, well, so I'll go ahead and get started with playing the game here. And I'll also get into the first real question, which is what was your inspiration behind this game?
So we basically just made a Jamboard, and we just came up with a bunch of ideas. Um, we thought for unstable, we wanted to make kind of a mentally unstable main character,
Hmm.
and we decided going along with that point that emotions might be an interesting gameplay aspect. So you might notice that like the more you hit people, kind of the more crazy your character becomes, or
Mm.
uh, you gain speed and attack power.
Hmm.
And if you get hit, you're angry for a second, and that's kind of a boost as well. Um, and then, well, there's there's a bit of a twist in the game, so I won't reveal that until you get there. But yeah, basically, that was our kind of thought process.
Yeah, all right. So the is there okay, I see. So actually, how do I get to these enemies that are down here? Oh, I can just walk through these.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, but it looks like enemies don't respawn even though I do.
Yep.
So is the character kind of progressing through their different phases? Um, like they're in a static position at the top of the screen, and then they advance towards being in a different position. Oh, yikes!
Yeah. So right after you hit an enemy, they're invincible for a short period of time.
Got it. Okay.
And also, you can roll with a Z, I believe.
Yeah. So that helps you like you get like an invincibility dodge roll.
Right, exactly.
All right. Well, I think I'm probably just going to default to the sort of kill everyone run the first time through, and then maybe I'll try
Yeah.
to. So is the arrow sort of trying to direct me towards the next active enemy here?
Yes.
All right. Definitely appreciate. So that really helps if you are trying to go for a, well, one of the completion goals. Then helps track them down so you're not just lost looking for them.
Mhm.
So, what was the actual development process like for the game?
Well, originally we were going to have a sort of randomly generated dungeon,
Hmm.
and that's a lot of what Daniel worked on. But we ended up just going with kind of a dungeon that I ended up making,
Hmm.
uh, just because it worked better for the gameplay. The big dungeon, or the randomly generated dungeon, ended up being uh, I don't know. It didn't work quite how we thought it would.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, uh, I know I I really wanted to make something uh, with some basic animations,
Hmm.
because the last game that we made, it was more simplistic than this.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think I'm really happy with the result. So
Excellent. Well, yeah, the combat is a little tricky to get a handle on. Do you have any suggestions for what I could be doing differently?
um, well, you might want to obviously there's a little period of time in which, like, in between attacks.
Mhm.
So a good way to fight is just wait until for that small window and then
Mhm.
attack. Also, you insta kill enemies once you're in the blue state.
Mhm.
So you can strategically use that. I know the guys that shoot bullets are really hard for me to deal with.
Mhm.
So I might attack another enemy just to get to blue and then attack that enemy so I can insta kill him.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then there's no way to get your health back. You just have to like die and respawn, right?
Right, yeah. Another thing is enemies can't go through the doors,
Mhm.
so you can always kind of camp them out too.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so what is actually causing the it looks like sometimes after I get hit, I decrease my color really quickly, and other times it lasts for longer.
Uh so once you get hit, you enter the angry state, which
Mhm.
basically buffs everything to the max just for a second or just for a
Right.
little bit, and then you default back to the static emotion state.
Okay. But if you're the one doing the hitting, then that lasts longer?
Uh, if you hit an enemy, then they'll be in kind of an invincible state.
Right.
And your emotional state will kind of go along down the it'll just increase, I guess.
Okay. Well, I'll keep trying to chip my way through this. I appreciate the fact that enemies don't respawn because oh my goodness, I don't think I'd ever be seeing the end of this if that was the case.
Yeah. We definitely wanted to make sure the game was like beatable.
Hmm.
uh our last Ludum Dare game that we made, um a lot of people found it too hard. So
Hmm.
we decided that if we just make it so you kill an enemy and it doesn't come back, that would be a good way to do that.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate the. Okay, so if they get hit on me, then it'll cancel my blue state, and I need to spend a while getting back up. Well,
Yeah,
I need to actually defeat a few enemies to get that back up.
exactly.
All right. Um, whoops. I meant to click on this because wouldn't you believe it? I'm asking the same questions over and over again. I don't always remember what every one of them are. Um, so you worked mostly on the art for this project, right?
Yep.
And I assume working in A Sprite?
No, so
Ah,
Pico 8 actually has its own Sprite sort of editor,
okay.
and you're limited to, I think it's 16 colors,
Hmm.
and you have a limit
Oh, sorry, your
to
mic kind of cut out there for a sec.
you have a limited amount of sprite space as well.
Hmm.
So we had to fit all of the game sprites within a certain area. And that goes for the code and the map as well. Just the way Pico 8 works is
Hmm.
like uh, there's just a limited amount of everything basically, but limitations are good sometimes. So we like
Nice.
working with Pico 8.
So, do you have any recommendations for working within those limitations?
Yeah. So there's you have to have one color that is basically your base sort of background color. So you will usually want to make that like the dark black. So you'll notice that
Hmm.
we don't have any pure blacks in the sprites,
Hmm.
and we're using like a dark blue for everything here. Um, and you just really got to get creative. Like even with the doors or the browns,
Hmm.
uh, you can do like a gradient. I'm using like it's like a dark purple
Hmm.
going with the brown, and then from there you could go with yellow. Um, but yeah, it's really interesting trying to work within those limitations.
Yeah, so you're going for more like a chromatic shading effect than a
Yeah, exactly.
strict tint or tone. Nice. Well, I think it definitely helps to give the game a very like distinct visual style. Anytime that like it has to be sort of, for lack of a better word, built properly. But I do always appreciate when a game has artwork that is um, actually like it's all very coherent, and when the artwork is sort of built around the idea of like chromatic shading instead of just regular tints and tones, yeah, it can look really nice. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, all of which is to say, I definitely like the art for as minimalist and small as everything has to be in order to work within the Pico 8 limitations.
Right.
Um, all right, and then do you have any plans to continue development on the game, or?
We might add some small fixes. Like right now, I know that the bullet guys can shoot through walls,
Uh,
so we'll probably fix that. Originally, we were gonna have it so you kick down doors,
mhm,
um, so you can kind of see what rooms you've been in, and also it would make more sense that way. Like, uh, it would make sense that enemies can't like just walk through the doors, but
mhm.
we ended up running out of time for that. So for now, you can just walk through the doors. Um, but yeah, we are probably gonna change things a little, but
Mhm.
probably not very much continuing on this game.
All right. Oh my gosh, these last two enemies are giving me so much trouble. They're just regular dudes too. Like, come on. I mean, are there just two enemy types or three? Like, how many distinct ones are there?
There's three.
Okay.
One of them just slashes and then moves forward and slashes again. That one
Hmm.
charges at you, and then the other one shoots bullets.
Okay. So those ones were like slightly tougher. Okay, get to the end, and we've got to battle against the self here.
Yeah, this is like the hard boss fight.
Oh my gosh.
You can't hurt him while he's in the red state, so
Oh, okay.
you just want to attack and then run away for a little.
Okay.
And now would be a good time to really use the dodge roll, yeah.
Yep, yep, yep. Oh, rolling, rolling. Oh boy. Uh, does the boss's health persist between deaths?
No, it resets every time.
Oh my
He
god.
should die. He should die after you hit him. I think it's 4 times.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Well, we made it this far. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I took a hit too early in this fight. Just let him kill me. Um,
Yeah, for this you really have to time your hits. Like right after he hits, there's a small window. It's pretty hard though.
oh, okay. I'm not even sure how I managed it, but it looks like I made it to the end there. Oh,
Oh, nice.
and then all is. I get the feeling that these were not people I was supposed to be killing. But to be fair, they sort of were attacking me. Okay, get back
So
to the
this
beginning
is
here.
this is kind of the big reveal that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Basically, you're like this crazy patient, and this
Mm-hmm.
you were like in a hospital the whole
Mm-hmm.
time, and you're kind of wondering like how you appeared in this dungeon, but the big reveal is that you aren't in a dungeon. You're in a mental sort of hospital or something.
Well, as I said, to be fair, they come at you swinging, so
Yeah.
Shooting and so many other things. Okay, I'm trying to remember because I figured I would just kill everyone the first time through, and I'm trying to remember exactly. Oh, is the position of the final end portal random?
No, it's in the same place every time. That
Oh,
might have been
okay.
an interesting gameplay element, though.
Okay. Because I think, yeah, there it is. There it is. Made it. It definitely would have made it tougher to beat the game without attacking anyone because,
Yeah,
uh,
maybe we could have introduced like traps or something, but I don't know how that would have worked in like a hospital setting.
my gosh, the boss is really tough.
Yeah, I think maybe the period of time where he's invincible should probably be lessened, and also just the fact that he's constantly attacking. Uh, but
Oh my god.
yeah.
Um, all right. Well, if anyone has any questions they'd like to submit, please feel free to drop them in the chat. But otherwise, where can people find you guys on social media? And do you have any other projects that you'd like to plug?
So you can follow me on Twitter at the Great Cadet.
Mm-hmm.
I can paste the link
Yep.
in
Please
the
feel free.
chat. And then Alan Zock is our main lead programmer.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow him on Twitter at Alan Zock3. And yeah.
Oh no! God, I'm trying to get the good ending. Come on. Well, thank you so much for coming on the stream and showing off the project. I definitely would look forward to seeing any other projects that you guys end up making. And please feel free to drop them on the Discord anytime you'd like some feedback. I guess for in terms of this project, um, hmm, the general feedback I would have to give, I guess, is I would have appreciated like there's just a lot of running back up to the end. Like when you kill enemies, it could be an interesting trade off to have like checkpoints appear, but only when you kill enemies. So if you're trying to do a non-violent run, you can sort of run your way to the end, and if you die, you have to start from the beginning. But if you're actually killing enemies, then you do end up spending a lot of time just trying to like run your way back to where you last died. And if
Right.
you're um so it would be nice to have something that just gives you a checkpoint in space, because uh there's nothing that's actually challenging about the game. It's just a matter of time to get back to where you died.
Mm-hmm.
um Other than that, I guess, yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I need to say about the boss. This is incredibly challenging, and uh, please die. What sort of feedback have people been giving you about the game in general?
uh, well, we haven't really gotten much feedback yet. You're probably one of the first people who we've kind of asked for feedback. But
Okay.
yeah, I think those are all really good ideas. So
Oh my god. Okay. I don't know how I beat that boss the first time. Like it was pretty quick too. Like I don't even know if I was waiting for his invincibility period to end.
when I think maybe when you're in the angry state, you do like double damage. So maybe you
Right.
hit him during that, like while you were red.
Yeah, so it could have been that he got me into red just before I hit him.
Yeah.
Um I think that just in terms of a game feel thing, it would be nice to have actual hit sound effects and such. But again, I know you're working with
Oh,
the
yeah. That
limitations.
is that is actually one of the things we were uh, told about.
Mhm,
Yeah, we just ran out of time. That
mhm.
would have been definitely would have been a good thing to add, though.
Okay, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. So I really do want to get the good ending, but okay. So I'm gonna let him hit me, and then I'm gonna immediately try to hit him, and then try to just dodge and dodge, and I just die. Oh my god. Um, I definitely think that
Another thing, I think the period of time where you're invincible after getting hit should maybe be a little longer.
it's not that it has to be. I think it would definitely help if the boss had less invincibility period because since he's got all the same moves as you, it's almost impossible for me to dodge him because if he decides to do a dodge roll, then that's it. He's caught up with me and I'm just doomed.
Right,
Like it looks like oh god, like maybe I can dodge roll through him and that works a bit better because it not it I guess it the reason it feels a little difficult is because a lot of it comes down to the luck of his AI. Oh my
right.
gosh. Okay.
Hey.
All right. Managed to get through without killing everybody. So you can actually go around and talk to people, or do they say mostly the same thing?
Yeah, all the different people just say the same things basically. And
Okay.
they'll also if you kill only a few of them, they'll basically say you're a monster or get away from me or stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
But since you killed everyone, there was no one left to say anything to you.
All right. Well, I'm glad I was able to get at least the sort of worst and best endings in the game.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I think it's also neat that you have some challenge runs in the game because it's neat to know that it's possible to get through it that quickly. Obviously, very difficult to do so, but
right.
nice. All right. I think we'll sort of wrap things up for now. But as I said, please feel free to send any future projects my way, and I'd be more than happy to take a look at them.
All right, thank you.
All right. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Bye bye.